Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk to you about the patch notes for Season 3.5 of Marvel Rivals, coming next week as of the release of this video, at least. So, there's some big changes here, some I like, some I don't like, and yeah, Thor's change isn't great. I'm going to just get into that later. Big mover, Adam Warlock, I think, is the winner of this patch, just heading into it. But, let's break this stuff down. But first, I just want to say thank you, Advanced GG, for your continued support of my channel. More on them in a little bit. Starting off, let's go tanks, duelists, strategists. So Vanguard's first. Doctor Strange first on the patch notes. First in my heart, almost. He's up there. Anyways, his max ammo count is going from 8 to 10. Which is pretty good, especially if you are a shield spamming and melee spamming Strange like I am. Basically, you stand in front of your team. Here's a little tip for Strange players out there, or anyone that wants to learn a little bit of Strange tech. You can fire a little bit faster if you shoot and immediately shield. So on PC, left click, right click, left click, right click. You're going to keep doing that, and you'll technically basically have more health, and you'll help prevent shots from hitting your team behind you, and you're not just sitting there with the shield. If you're trying to do some damage, get some poke in to, get your ultimate. Also, especially if you're in a 1v1, or, you're trying to finish off their team or someone's low, just left-click melee, Just keep spamming that combo because the duration of time between the wind-up on the second shot is canceled by the melee. So there's a little animation cancel tech for you if you didn't know. And you have 2 more shots to work with before you have to reload. Thank God. Also, just as big, the Cloak of Levitation is going from 15-second cooldown to 12-second cooldown, which I have a feeling is going to make some bronze players more upset as they're going to die, because in bronze and silver, people don't know how to look up. Pro tip for Rivals right here. I'm not a pro, but I'm sure a pro would tell you this. You can look into the air. There's characters up there sometimes. Your teammates or the enemy. So just look up for every once in a while, I guess. Just take a little gander above your head. Moving on from Doctor Strange, we got Groot. This is just a personal thing, but in my ranked playing, my ladder climbing, Groot has always been a permaban. Not necessarily because he's the best tank, even though I would say he's in that upper echelon. But he just alters how you have to play the game so much. And he's getting a little buff here, which is kind of ridiculous. He's getting more range on his primary attack by 2 meters, so it's ludicrous, but it's not that insane. And Flora Colossus is getting another 4 meters of range. Whatever. Some buffs that I don't think were needed. Next up, we got Magneto. A little bit of a nerf. I was a little shocked by this because I felt Magneto is probably the best tank. It's Magneto, Emma, or Groot. It's one of those 3. Hulk can sneak into that conversation at times. I just don't think this season's the meta for him. But Magneto, his shield, the bubbles, are losing 50 health. So they're going to be 250 health instead of 300. Which, whatever. I don't see that as a massive change. Sucks a little bit, I guess, but it's just not much of a change, in my opinion. I don't think it changes a lot. The Thor buff. This is the most meaningless patch note I've seen in my life. Okay. So, yeah. You gain a fixed 1 Thor force upon exiting the Awakened Rune awakened state. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's really a buff or a nerf, because I haven't been given access to play early. So I'm just trying to decide if that means you're only ever going to have one Thor Force exiting Awakened, or you're always going to get an additional one. So if you would normally have one at the end, say you used the Lightning Realm and someone passed through it, would you be back up to 3? Which I'm back up to 3 most of the time after using it, just because of the way I play Thor a lot of the time. So kind of a meaningless change for me. And here's another meaningless change. Enemies leaving Lightning Realm are grounded for 2 seconds, restricting aerial abilities, not the passive ability to fly. It's not like the things jump up in the air and smack someone. You're not fly swatting. You are preventing them from speeding away. So like if you charge up to a Iron Man in the air and bubble them, they just won't be able to fly very fast away from you. So it's kind of bad. A change that I think would have been a whole lot better would have been giving shield in Lightning Realm, like slowly you and allies accrue shields while in the bubble, the radius of it, and then in Ultimate maybe you gain Unstoppable. That might be I don't really think that's too much. Either give Unstoppable or make enemies within the radius of the Ultimate take extra damage or something from allies. Like, the ult is terrible. Lightning Realm is a good ability. I just wish it did more for you. Like, I think that Thor needs survivability right now, and I think Lightning Realm is a great way to do that. It's on a solid cooldown, unlike, you know, the Hammer Charge and the Awakened State, which both give you shield, of course, but I feel like, you know, a big burst every like 10 seconds of shield would do a lot for Thor, and that's just not what we got. I think Thor's still going to be the worst tank. He's just moving from D tier to C tier. And I love Thor, and I can do a lot of work with him. I can do work with him in Diamond, and I haven't gotten past Diamond. So, yeah. It's just sad to see Thor still not great. Anyways, what's not sad to see is Advanced GG at my doorstep because I get a big old discount on it using code Spycer10. Yeah, if you check my link down below in that pinned comment, you use that link, use my code Spycer10, you get 10% off, and I get paid. It is a paid promotion after all. Yeah, I love their products. Guava Berry Energy is a personal favorite of mine. Rocket Pop, amazing. Lemonade, there's a ton of stuff. Go check them out. They got new stuff coming out like once or twice a month. So, you know, there's always something new to try. Anyways, back to the actual video. Here's another patch note I don't think achieves really what they're going for. This Black Panther patch note I think misses the mark. Black Panther is like the highest win rate character in the game right now. And he also is like the highest skill floor for any character. He is hard to play, and if you can master him, he's really good, and I kind of like that. But this nerf makes him harder to play for people that don't know how to play him, but it doesn't affect the upper echelon. So the people making him the highest win rate character in the game are not being affected by this, but the people that are throwing games essentially by playing Black Panther are going to be even worse. The Spirit Rend, so that's your lunge forward, is going to have a 2-second longer cooldown, which doesn't really matter for the really, really good Black Panthers, because if you Spirit Rend into someone with a Vibranium Mark, you get it back. Your spears apply Vibranium Marks. The spinning kick applies Vibranium Marks. So you have 3 sources of applying marks. So that's four Spirit Rends right there. And you should be able to kill 2 supports easily with for Spirit Rens. Okay? So yeah, that's a change that I don't think moves the needle, because all it is Spirit Ren cooldown from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. What I would have liked to have seen is, like, maybe, because Thor, it's not as much of an issue anymore because they took the hammer throw off of the shared Thor Force cooldown. But there's like a 1 second, it's like 2 or 3 second stutter between using an ability and using another one. Awaken's different because it's like 4 or 5 seconds of doing that. But you can't charge and immediately, even if you have the 3 Thor Force, you can't immediately charge and then awaken. You have to wait like a couple seconds. If that's how the spears or the Spirit Rend worked, I would be fine with that, because Black Panther just like throwing their mouse around their keyboard and being able to just secure a kill, it kind of sucks, to be honest. It feels like, because I don't want him to be loud. Him being loud would be a way to fix him, but I feel like it just doesn't fit the character and their kit. So if we just made the time to kill longer by not reducing the damage, but by making animations longer or putting in a small stutter between abilities, I think that would really help that issue. And then maybe you have to make the primary attack deal like 45 damage instead of 35. And I think that could make Black Panther more approachable for beginners while not fully killing him in higher ranks. I think he would more even out. Like, he would still be really good in the right hands, but not as harsh for people that don't know how to use him, without making him stupid easy to play. It's not a full rework. I don't know. That's just my idea for how to actually fix Black Panther. Iron Fist has a ton of changes. In summary, most of them don't matter because he's no longer a team-up anchor, so they had to readjust all of his numbers to where they were as an anchor. So at the end of the day, what's the point? Even though he got the team up again with that same person, it's just he's not the anchor of it now. So yeah, he does a little bit. He is definitely worse at everything now, even though he is already pretty bad. Yeah. So based off the percentage he lost from the team up anchor, which I think he had a 10 or a 15%, the increases to all of his damage and things really weren't enough to make up for that. And I think, I don't know, this might just be me, but I think Iron Fist was already struggling currently in this meta. So I kind of wish he would have seen some bonuses or something to actually bring him to a better place. Star-Lord, I don't know about anyone else, but here in the metal ranks where I'm currently living, I haven't seen Star-Lord very often. Like, the first few seasons of this game, Star-Lord was everywhere. And it's not like he was overpowered, he's just like kind of easy to play. So he was just kind of everywhere. They gave him bonus health when using Stellar Shift, kind of a whoop-de-doo kind of a thing. He's also getting a team up with Rocket, I guess. There's that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Groot's getting a really good team up with Mantis. Mantis is going to be a little crazy with what she's able to do this season. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, Star-Lord has a teleporter with Rocket. It can do some cool stuff, by the way. Wolverine's actually catching a fucking nerf, guys. They're making his ult cost more, which is nice. Also, so, okay, the ultimate is 600 more units to use. And his team up with Phoenix, almost a Jean Grey team up with Phoenix, is nerfed. Not really. So I don't know if it's intentional or is a bug, but no matter what character you are, whenever you heal, you gain ult charge. Even Moon Knight with the team up with Cloak and Dagger will gain ult charge for healing himself. So this on Moon Knight, who's already spamming his ult every fucking 45 seconds, and that's just kind of how the character's designed, it's fine. But Wolverine is brutal right now. He always has been. Permaban character. Him being able to lifesteal is already ridiculous, but him getting his ult faster because of it is so stupid. So now his ult costs more in the first place, and also the team up isn't making you gain it faster. Doing both is bold, but I'm okay with that. The craziest part is I don't think Wolverine's dead. I think he's just slightly worse. Like, he still has everything else. He can still kidnap you at a blink of an eye and just kind of destroy your tanks faster than you can heal them. So there's that. Spider-Man, his ult got buffed. It's 170 damage per second now. So it's going to kill all your squishies, I guess. But doesn't matter. That's not what Spider-Man needed. And I was one of the biggest, hey, let's nerf Spider-Man guys back in the day when Spider-Man was a problem, when he was an absolute menace. I was on the hey, let's nerf him train. But like we could give him a little something now, right guys? Right? So the absolute winner of this patch, I believe, is Adam Warlock. I have been hardcore in the belief that Adam Warlock is the most useless and worthless character in the game. I have been going on about this since Season 0. Actually, I think I might have been... No, was he in the beta? I don't remember him being in the beta. He might have been. I'm not... I didn't like Adam Warlock. I think it's fine to have a support type character that doesn't just... It isn't just a heal bot. But Adam Warlock was so rough. Okay? The only healing he had was on a cooldown that was long. Sure, you have 2 charges, but it is a relatively long cooldown. Plus Soul Bond. I gotta say, the biggest buff Adam Warlock has received in the history of the game was when they nerfed Soul Bond and made it have a longer cooldown, because I felt like I was infuriated by Adam Warlock's less terrible Warlocks were playing, and only the real Warlocks were playing. Because there's this thing with Soul Bond where you share damage together. And pretty much every time I got Soul Bonded, in Season 1 specifically is where I remember it the most, I would die to something that never hit me because I got Soul Bonded and they just took like 5 ults to the face, and it's like, you can't redistribute this damage, bro. Just take the fucking L and die, dude. So yeah, that was Adam Warlock's biggest buff, was that going away, or that having a longer cooldown. But this buff he's about to receive, huge. I genuinely sighed every time I saw someone pick Adam Warlock in my games. Adam Warlock and Jeff, I'm not going to say I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to lose the game. I do say that from time to time. But, you know, I'm not going in there expecting a lot from my supports. Is that bad of me? Sure. Don't care. But now, his ult cost is getting reduced. In addition to that, people revived by it get 70% bonus health, or bonus health equal to 70% of their maximum health, which is ridiculous. They get it for 5 seconds, so you're going to be able to heal them. So they'll be above max health pretty easily. And you can ult fire to the boom, the charge up for like 1 second to fire 5 shots in a big burst. If those hit someone, you get 0.3 seconds off of the cooldown of your actual chain healing. Brother, I might have to put in some time on Adam Warlock after this. And I was the number one Adam Warlock hater in the world. I despise seeing him in my games. I have purposefully chased after Adam Warlocks just to prove a point. Like, if I see an Adam on the other team, I'm just going to bully them. Because what's the point in you playing that character? I'm going to show that you're a weak link for your team, bro. Anyways, yeah, Adam Warlock's the biggest winner. And the crazy part is he is losing his team up. He's losing, like, 10 to 20% a healing. And I still think he's way better than he was. Like, they didn't increase any of his healing to make up for it. They just said, oh, yeah, you actually get to heal your teammates now, period. Thank you, NetEase. Thank you. Now, can we help make Ultron a better strategist? Anyways, just 2 more heroes to go. That being Cloak and Dagger, who had their ult minimally changed. It's 300 more units to fully charge. So, Wolverine's ult charge nerf was way, way larger than Cloak and Dagger's. And Cloak and Dagger's ult is genuinely an issue. They always have that thing. And Mantis. The Mantis changes are all nerfs on their face, except for her ult got a little bit buffed. Here's the thing, though. So, yeah. Here's the thing. You know, she gets that 10% for being a team-up anchor, and her healing and everything is still technically lower. Everything's lower except for her ult, which is a little bit better now. That buff makes Groot able to heal himself and allies. That's a little ridiculous, guys. That's a little ridiculous. Groot's already really good. But another really good support also has it, that being Loki. And Loki kind of almost famously gets nerfed like every patch, and he's always been one of the best supports in the game because he can handle flanks, he can go anywhere on the map pretty much at any time, he can steal, whatever ult he wants he has. If there's a Cloak and Dagger on the other team and you don't have one, well, you got Cloak and Dagger. His immunity totems are basically a pocket ult. It's stupid how good it is. I love playing Loki. Oh my god. So when I heard that Loki was getting a team up with a Mantis, my ears perked up a little bit. I was like, I'm not sure. I don't know who I know with a Mantis in their bag is. Ooh, people are learning. Some of my friends are learning Mantis because I'm a big Loki guy. I'm a Loki enjoyer, and they like it when I play Loki. And now you're telling me that my already broken immunity totems have a larger radius and my team does more damage in them? Brother, I'm up and I'm hard. That's massive. You know what else is massive? My mic keeps moving. Sorry. Yeah. Anyways, that's massive, dude. And it's not like you're playing like Loki Rocket or Loki Adam, Loki Ultron or anything like that. You're playing Loki Mantis, which means you have a pretty decent ult you could copy. Not that Mantis has the greatest support ult in the game, but it's solid. It's good enough that as a Loki, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take Mantis' ult. Of course, you have the option of the other team's support ults. Or if the situation begs, you could just take a damages ult if that's the right move. If you're a Loki player, you know, but it's just generally agreed that you just take another support player's ult. Yeah, so the Loki Mantis comp will be really good, and I'm assuming Groot in that will be pretty good. There were no Moon Knight changes, but if you already have a Groot on your team, it might be, especially if you're all like in call together, Moon Knight might be a good grab. I think Moon Knight actually moves up in this meta that we're about to encounter because Groot got buffed, and also Loki got a team up. So Loki's going to be played more. And if you have a Groot on your team and the other team has a Loki clones are really good for bouncing darts. So you can build up ult really fast. All that to be said, don't sleep on Moon Knight. I think he will be better in this upcoming split than he was last split, or really any other time before other than the damage bug. I'm trying to think of other characters to look out for right now. I'm not really coming up with too many. I almost thought about who has a team up with Doctor Strange, and doesn't matter, it's Scarlet Witch. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens to the meta after this update. But yeah, I would say look out for the Mantis Loki Groot team up. I think that will be disgusting, absolutely gross, filthy. And also, if you do see it out in the wild, it might be time to just pick up Moon Knight. It's really good against Loki, and I would say there is a chance they have a third support if they're rocking Mantis and Loki. It's just a feeling I have, and Moon Knight against triple support is pretty nice. It's hard for him to actually finish people off, but he does a lot of damage very fast and builds ult very fast, and his ults, at the very least, will push people off points. So there's that. Yeah, excited to see this season. Anyways, check out my pinned comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time, and hopefully Thor gets a real buff. See ya.